Are you ready to step up your game in marketing in 2021? In this current environment that we live in, QR codes have made a major comeback. You see, restaurants everywhere have QR codes on the table. Stores, even the Today Show, when you're looking at a TV, will throw a QR code on the screen for people to scan. As a realtor and investor, you can take advantage of QR codes to do all your marketing, whether it's checking into an open house, putting it on a listing sign so people can drive by, scan the QR code, and show them all the listing details. Or you may market other activities such as giving away ebooks or what have you as an investor. So jump into this new game of QR codes, and I'm going to show you in ManyChat how easy it is to connect a QR code to any flow in your system. Let's dive into ManyChat, and I'll show you exactly how to set up a QR code. Okay, once you're inside of ManyChat, what you're going to do to get to your QR code is go to Automation and Flows. So in ManyChat, every single flow they have in the package has a starting step, and that's where what they call Grow Tools get set up. So let's say that I have a listing, and in this case, I have my ProEdge chatbot package. I may start out with an advertising one of those listings. So if I have a new listing here, I want to put in for this flow here that's going to showcase my house. I want to set up a QR code that I'm going to stick on the sign. So when they come in, they're driving by the house, they can take out their phone instead of having a paper trail or have to look it up on Google. They take their phone out, they scan that sign, and bam, this flow is going to open up on Messenger, show them pictures of the house, describe the house. And if you get creative in your flows, you can even have them put an offer in right through Messenger. So we can really amp up our game as a realtor. In order to create a QR code, you're going to hit Edit Flow. And on the far left of every flow is the starting step. So over on the starting step, you'll see that I have two starting steps. One is I have another flow that calls this, which is my yard sign flow. So if I put a yard sign out in front of the house or a bandit sign as an investor, I may scan it and then take them into this flow to showcase a house or what have you. I also have a URL set up. So I may use this in social media to send them a link to my home details. So I can send that out to buyers in emails, text messages, and what have you, and have them come into the Messenger flow. In order to create the QR code, I simply hit Add Trigger. And up in here, you have all the popular triggers that ManyChat supports. And I'll have other videos on my channel where I talk about other specific growth tools that I like as a realtor and investor that you should take advantage of. One I'll have shortly is on JSON, how to do JSON advertising. And I also did one on a comment tool that I'll link up here in my video. Go check out my earlier video on my page on the channel where I talk about how to use a comment growth tool to trigger that conversation. What I'm going to do is hit all triggers, and then down below you'll see QR code right here. You click on that and it pops it in. Now what I like to do is I always name my growth tools, because on the subscriber, when you look at somebody that came into your ManyChat account, it'll show you how do they get into your chatbot. And if you don't name it, it'll just be Growth Tool 49. You don't know what that is. So I'm going to call it my listing QR code is what I want it to be stamped as. So make sure you name these over in here. Now on the QR code, you could have image size. The smallest one that I like is about 200 pixels. You can go down as low as 100 pixels. That's going to be perfect for putting it in social media, on a picture, what have you. If you're doing it on signage, you want to bump up the pixels. I even have investors. I have an investor in the Philadelphia area that has a billboard, and on the billboard, We Buy Houses, he has a really big QR code right on that billboard for people. So if they're at the red light and they look up at his billboard, they can scan his sign and then get an offer on their house right away. So you can go up to as high as 2,000 pixels. So play around with it. The other thing you could do is you could drop an image in the barcode. So before I drop an image, I'll come down here and show you the barcode. So ManyChat creates the barcode for me when I click that growth tool. What I can do is I can change up the colors. So if I want it to be yellow, background and maybe, I don't know, I'll do an orange. I can make it any color combination I want inside of ManyChat. If you have, you're a broker, I'm with EXP and we have our EXP color scheme. If you're with KW or any other brokerage, you have a color scheme that you're representing. So you can actually type in the color code that's from your corporate branding guidelines to get the exact color match for your QR code. Or you can just pick colors like I just randomly did here. Now, what you can also do, let me show you this drop image. So I can go out on my desktop and grab an image that I want to put on here. So over in here, I'll just, let me just go out to my desk and I'll grab under my business. I'll go to ProEdge and I'll go to Smarty. Let's say that I want to put my picture inside of the QR code. I would just select that JPEG. And now inside the JPEG, I have this image. Now they also have this selector that says remove background image. So it just removes the background image. I would probably want to clean up that photograph and prune the white around it to begin with. But that's for another day. I'll do a video on Canva. I use Canva as my favorite editing tool to make that look really nice on the QR code. And that's it. All you do is you hit save. And over here, you want to make sure that you enable it. Click on the enable button here so it turns green. And now that it's active, if somebody scans it, it will now trigger that QR or that flow. So if I take my phone out just to show you, I take my camera out and I point my camera at the QR code, and right at the top of my screen, I now have a chatbot that's talking about the listing. So as it starts to talk right on Messenger, I will be able to showcase this beautiful house with somebody scanning that QR code. When you're ready, you hit download, and that download will save it to your desktop. You want to make sure you give these names, especially if you have multiple houses and stuff. So give it a name up here and hit save, and that'll download the PNG file. So making sure that you have a nice file that you could use, put it in Canva, make a sign. You could use, signs.com or any other place if you're doing like bandit signs as an investor, and you could put that QR code on your sign and watch people interact with that like no other. I'm finding this is a great lead engine. I have investors and realtors that put bandit signs all over town. Realtors are putting it on their listings. And people, as soon as they see that QR code, they immediately grab their phone because they know what to do with it in today's times. So have fun with QR codes. And if you have any questions, I am always here to help you. This is Smarty, and I appreciate you being on my ProEdge marketing channel. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up so we can share the love. And consider hitting the bell and subscribing and hitting the bell at the same time so that you get messages whenever I post videos. So what I like to do is post a video each week where I leverage technology to help you grow your business, close more transactions, and make this the best decade ever. Enjoy.